Hi, I heard you'd finally arrived. Welcome to Central Europe. I'm Connie, the Wildhüter of Hirschfelden. Reserve warden, that is. I'm here to make sure that your time here will be unforgettable. Hirschfelden is one of the oldest hunting reserves in Europe, and we host a diverse population of the most popular big game for all hunting tastes. It's also the most beautiful place on Earth. No, I'm not biased at all. Go ahead and have a look around. I can't wait for you to experience all the beauty of Hirschfelden's fields and forests. Why don't you see if you can find an animal track nearby? If you want to get your bearings, there are lookout points spread out all over the reserve. Quite a view, isn't it? From here, you can see a lot of great hunting opportunities in the nearby area. Rattenfeld is a favorite region for a lot of hunters. The fallow deer is such a classic animal to hunt. But we also get a lot of history buffs here. To the south lies the Hirschdorf Hügelgrab, a grave mound dating back to the Bronze Age. Be sure to stop by one of the outposts. They're essentially base camps. Cozy, right? Outposts are great for stocking up or just taking a break. Hi there. I've got a bit of an unusual question. I hope you don't mind. I think I mentioned Gerlinde, right? Well, here's the thing. She's writing a book about fallow deer. Her second one, actually. She's got a small obsession for fallow deer. Anyhow, she's missing some pictures for her book and was looking for someone to help out. It's a bit specific. I remember hearing that you're quite the photographer yourself, so I thought I'd pass along her offer. She's looking for a picture of a fallow deer taken in Rattenfeld. She'll pay quite well for it, so it may be worth the effort. If you were looking to help out Gerlinde with that picture, you're in the right place. You're in Rattenfeld. Gerlinde is lovely, but here's a friendly tip. Don't ask her about fallow deer unless you mean it. She will not stop. It's beyond obsession at this point. On the other hand, there's no one better for hunting tips when it comes to fallows. Oh, and her venison stew is out of this world. Makes me hungry just thinking about it. I just received the picture. It's beautiful. Oh, I'm sure Gerlinda will love this. Everything you see now is part of the reserve, but the land itself is actually privately owned by the Sommer family. The current head of the family is Robert Sommer, and he's very supportive of the hunting reserve. Well, as long as it doesn't get in his way. You see, the Sommer family business has an agricultural arm, which include the grain and cornfields spread throughout half of the reserve. Unfortunately, fallow deer love corn, and they've dug into the Ritterstein fields recently. Sommer usually turns to Gerlinda to keep the fallows off his fields, but she's been bogged down with the book lately. If you feel like hunting some fallow deer in Ritterstein, Sommer will make it worth your while. These are the Ritterstein fields. Sommer would probably want you to harvest at least 2 fallow deer. I know Gerlinda usually finds a good position by the fields and lures them out. If you have an antler rattler, it'll come in handy. Don't worry, they'll show up eventually. Lure hunting takes a bit of patience, but getting that perfect shot makes it all worth it. There you go, another one. I'll let Sommer know. This should calm his nerves. Hi there. Gerlinda sends her regards for your help with the fallow deer. She was wondering if you could help out with another photo for her book. It seems you did a great job with the last one. This time, she wants a picture of a fallow deer with Königsberg Lake in the background. I'd recommend southeastern Ritterstein for it. The vistas are great, and you often see fallow deer around there. great photo. That'll do it for sure. Do you know who Dr. Bhandari is? He's heard of you, at least. From Gerlinda, I wager. Bhandari is a biologist and works for the European Bison Advisory Organization. They've been working on introducing the bison to Central Europe, with much success. The population has thrived, but progress has been hampered recently by a disease of some sort. Bhandari was wondering if you could help him get a blood sample from a diseased bison in Tichenau. The organization would compensate you for your efforts, of course. There's more to see in Tichenau, apart from Bhandari's successful bison population. The Rindeland Gorge is a majestic natural landmark, worth a visit. I'll let Bhandari know you retrieved a sample for him. Well done. Well, it seems someone is making new friends. I just had a chat with Robert Sommer, and he was very pleased with how you took care of the fallow deer in his cornfields. You know, Sommer is a real enthusiast of special equipment hunting. Bow hunting is one of his passions. As a thank you for your work, he wants to invite you to partake in his favorite pastime. He's challenging you to hunt a red fox using a bow. I think it's some kind of rite of passage. You got it. Not bad. I'll let Sommer know he's found a fellow bow hunting enthusiast. Sommer was very impressed with your bow hunting skills, by the way. He wondered if you wanted to test run another new product. I guess you got his attention, and now he wants your input. There's a new roe deer scent on the market that he wanted you to try out. Apparently, it's a perfect imitation of, well, deer urine. Care to try it out? When lure hunting like this, it always helps to find an elevated spot in a clearing or open field. A hunting stand hides you and your scent from an animal, so be sure to take advantage of them. Now, all you do is wait. Nothing beats that fresh air. Well, can't say the same for you. Impressive. Seems like the scent did the trick. I'll pass on the results to Sommer. I just heard from Gerlinde. She's a bit worried about her son Eric. He was outside playing, but should have come home a while ago. He's probably just being a kid and lost track of time, but if you happen to be in Rattenfeld, she was wondering if you could have a look around? He likes to play around the cabin in Rattenfeld, so that would be a good place to start. This is the cabin I was talking about. He's not here, is he? See if you can find some trace of him. You found something? Let's see where it leads. Huh, another track. It seems he got lost trying to find his way home. That's Eric's bag. He must have been headed in this direction. I'll let Gerlinde know. Keep following his trail. Gerlinde just called me. They found him. A neighbor in the area saw him up ahead after hearing where he was headed. If you hadn't found his trail, he might have wandered further into the woods and gotten into some real trouble. Thank you so much for helping out. Have you run across Albertina yet? No? Albertina Fleischer. She's one of the locals. She's a real red deer admirer. We've got a lot of those here, as you can tell. One of her friends is a taxidermist, and apparently he promised to stuff an animal for her birthday as a gift, as long as she provided the materials. You see where this is headed, right? Yeah, she loves red deer so much that she would like one harvested and stuffed to display in her living room. But she'll pay well, so are you up for it? As she will no doubt tell you if you ever meet, her love for red deer comes from an episode in her youth when she got lost in the woods. Apparently, she was able to find her way home by following one that appeared in front of her. Bohndorf is the best region for red deer. You'll often find them congregating in Bohndorf Canyon. Wow, that's a great one for Albertina. Great, you got it. Albertina will be ecstatic. I just got off the phone with Albertina, and you could really hear the excitement in her voice for the deer you harvested. She wanted me to ask you for another favor, as she's currently away at her taxidermist's. It turns out she's helping Dr. Bhandari with some information gathering on the red deer population. They're looking at how they are affected by the recent bison introduction into the reserve. Could you head past Bohndorf Canyon and track down some red deer droppings? Those samples would help establish their movement patterns in the area. This is Bohndorf Canyon. See if you can locate some red deer droppings for Albertina and Dr. Bhandari. That should do the trick. I'll pass on your findings. Here's something for your troubles. Hi there. So, Dr. Bhandari ran some tests on the blood sample you took, and I'm afraid it's bad news. It showed signs of brucellosis, a disease that can cause miscarriages among the bison. Sommer wasn't too thrilled about introducing bison to the reserve in the first place, and if this were to spread to any of the other animal populations, he might pull the plug on the entire project. Bhandari identified a few more bison that were afflicted. He's asking for your help with containing the disease by downing the sick ones. Bohndorf marks the border between the Rinderland Mountains and the Hirschfelden farmlands. The main attraction here is the Bhandari Cave, and we get a lot of spelunkers all year round. Make sure to check it out. Look at it. It has all the signs of the disease. Take care of it. Over there, another sick one. Okay, this will go far in containing the spread of the disease. Thanks a lot. It seems that word has spread on your work with the bison. Maybe you've heard of Marvin Tressler? He owns a company called Star Hunting Tours and hosts clients who come out to the reserve to hunt our big population of wild boar. He was grateful for your work with Dr. Bhandari in containing the disease. As a result, it did not spread to the boar population. He asked me whether you might be interested in assisting him as well. The wild boar population is concentrated in the northern parts of the reserve, but they sometimes move south, and Sommer is not happy about it. You see, they have a fondness for Sommer's crops. Tressler and Sommer have been at each other's throats about the boars lately, and if you could help out by creating some hunting pressure at the crop fields, that would really help diffuse the situation. For now. Head to the fields in Ritterstein and Mullerwald to get started on the hunting pressure. Excellent. That should keep the boar off this field. Now on to the next one. Great. We've got some hunting pressure on this one now, too. This should get Sommer off Marvin's back. He'll be relieved. Are you up for some Sommer work? He just called me and was quite upset. It seems the local farmers have been getting more and more visits from the wildlife lately. Boar, deer, bison. There must be a craze going around for the local crops this season. Sommer has put out generous bounties for establishing some hunting pressure in the regions around Königsberg. The rewards are great, but it is a rather big task. Good luck. You're in Hirschfelden now. Harvest a boar to get some hunting pressure going. Bohndorf is home to the fallow deer, as you've probably noticed by now. If you want to put down some hunting pressure for Sommer, track one down and harvest it. Bison have been seen wandering closer and closer to Schönfeld's borders. A herd of bison walking over a straw field can be devastating to the crops. Sommer would like you to harvest at least one to put some hunting pressure here in the Rindeland. The reserve home for red deer is here in Mullerwald. Harvest a red deer to put down some hunting pressure. Wow, you've really laid down some hunting pressure all around the reserve. You're growing quite a reputation around here, and the locals really appreciate your efforts. Keep it up. Marvin Tressler was wondering if you had some time to help him out again. He has signed a deal with a burger meat company called Boargermania to provide them with free roaming and organic wild boar meat. Tressler got an order for a literal ton of wild boar, and he's going to need help fulfilling it. He's paying well for the work. Would you be interested? So I know a herd was spotted close to the Mullerwald logging camp, but you should be able to find boar roaming anywhere in Mullerwald or Ritterstein. I know you're an experienced hunter, but I just want to remind you to be careful around boar, especially the males. They rarely attack, but if they do, it's not going to be pretty. Just keep at it. More meat for the grinder. You did it! 1 ton of fresh wild boar meat. That'll make some tasty burgers. Well done. Oh, hey, Sommer got back to me and was very pleased with your work creating hunting pressure. I guess the farmers are off his back now. He's also got a new toy that he's eager for you to try out and get your feedback on. Have you ever tried hunting for something really small from very far away? Well, now he wants you to try out a new high magnification scope to see if it lives up to its reputation. He wants you to use it to down a fox from at least 200 meters away. So, Gerlinda is getting close to finishing her book, but she needs a few more pictures taken before she sends it off to the publisher. Given the recent drama, she just wants to spend some time with her son. She's been really grateful for all your help so far. The last few photographs she needs are of various landmarks in the area. Do you think you could knock them out? That's a great picture. You've got a good eye for these things. Ah, there it is. I never get tired of it. This will do nicely. Thank you. Almost there. Just one picture left. There's one. See if the scope can help you line up that shot. Do you see that tree over there? That's old Mueller. Wow, what a nice photo. You know, this is the oldest tree in the reserve. Experts think it's close to 1,000 years old. Can you believe that? All right then, those are all the pictures Gerlinde needs. She's excited to send the finished work to the publisher. I don't think she could have done it without you. Hi, I wanted to give you some good news about Gerlinde's book. It's now hit the shelves and is apparently doing quite well. When she gets a chance, Gerlinde wants to send you an autographed copy. You got it! I guess the scope did the trick. Well done. So you know that bison problem you've been helping out with? Dr. Bhandari thinks he's found an explanation for the spread of the disease. It's likely due to the population being too large and dense for an area of Rinderland size. So, we're employing hunters to help thin it out. Would you mind joining in the effort as well? You will need to harvest 2 cows, female bison, to slow down their mating. Remember that these aren't infected, so they might prove a bigger challenge than before. This should halt the spread even further. They really are beautiful, though, aren't they? So, Marvin let me know that he's got a big event coming up next week. Star Hunting Tours is hosting a number of professional hunters and investors at the reserve. Of course, he wants to make sure that they have the most enjoyable hunting experience, which means there needs to be enough boar in the Mullerwald area where the event will be. Would you be able to establish some hunting pressure in Ritterstein? That would certainly push more of the boar into Mullerwald. Excellent. I was passing by in the area and saw some boar moving towards Mullerwald. I'll let Tressler know. Thank you. Hi. So our friend Albertina Fleischer called me up just now and asked for some assistance again. It seems her friend Finn, the taxidermist, has got a lot of work on his hands. The Museum of Natural History got struck by an infestation of fur beetles. A lot of their stuffed animals were destroyed. They are now looking for some new models in order to reopen the exhibits. It will probably take a good deal of effort, but the pay is really good. Want to help out? Okay, so they need a red deer, a bison, a fallow deer, and a wild boar. Just remember that they want impressive animals. Hey, I've got something you might be interested in. Every year around this time, Sommer puts together a little event to crown the undisputed champion of hunting equipment, Jagdprodukte des Jahres. But everyone just calls it Sommerfest. He invites a number of hunters to try out 4 different items, and the equipment that performs best will be dubbed the winner. This year, you're invited. Go ahead and get hunting. I'll keep Sommer posted on your progress. That one will definitely draw crowds at the museum. Nice job. Hunting is a lot more fun with the right equipment, isn't it? Sommer sends his regards. Great, that's all of them. I'll let Albertina know. You're a real pro at this. Hey, Albertina said that there's more work to be done if you're interested. Finn has a very wealthy client that wants a stuffed animal in absolute prime condition. It will be a tough harvest, as he's looking for a big red deer buck. To keep it in pristine condition, you need to shoot it in the heart with the recommended caliber. Do you think you can pull it off? There's good money involved, as always, with eccentric millionaires. That would make a fine harvest for the client. Make sure to use the recommended caliber to finish the job. Amazing shots, straight in the heart. And that caliber will leave the smallest possible entry wound. That reward is much deserved. So, remember how I told you that Albertina got lost as a kid and believes a red deer saved her? Well, she seems to think that she has to return the favor. Earlier today, she saw a red deer outside of her house, watching her through the window. As it turned to go, she noticed it had a large open wound in its leg. Albertina said she felt it was asking her to end the pain. She couldn't help but think it was connected to her experience as a child. Coincidence, if you ask me, but she's really the sweetest person, and I'd love to send her some help. Can you track the deer down and harvest it? You found it. Please ease its pain. You did a great job. I'll let Albertina know that you took care of it. I'm sure she'll be very grateful. I just got a text from Dr. Bhandari. Looks like the bison population has been migrating north and are starting to get quite close to our red deer population in Jonsdorf. Normally, we wouldn't worry about it, but we'd rather they not establish home ranges in the same area as other reserve animals yet. We have to be certain that the brucellosis epidemic is under control first. I suggested to Bhandari that we establish some hunting pressure in the area, which should keep the two apart for now. I was hoping you might be willing to help out. Excellent. That should be enough hunting pressure to keep the bison out. Great work. Breaking news. Dr. Bhandari has found the likely source of the outbreak. Based on urine samples he gathered, it seems that one of the bulls has been harboring the Brucella bacteria in its reproductive tracts. He's been the carrier this whole time, staying healthy but infecting the females. We need to separate him from the herd by putting him down. You've been an amazing help so far. It is a difficult hunt, but it would be the final nail in the coffin for this epidemic. Hirschfelden would be able to continue hosting a large and healthy bison population. There he is. Wow, he's huge. I hope you brought your highest caliber weapon. Well done. Dr. Bhandari let me know that he can't thank you enough. If you hadn't helped him out, the whole bison project could have been canceled. Now our reserve visitors will be able to enjoy these magnificent creatures for a long time to come. Hey, so Tressler's hunting event was a great success, and he was very grateful for your assistance. Unfortunately, the boar have been migrating back into the farmlands again, and Sommer is not too happy about that. There's one large boar in particular that's been troublesome for the farmers. Tressler calls it Wurst, sausage. Reports say it is quite aggressive and has even charged at some kids around Pitteshain. The farmers are getting very concerned. Can you track it and put it down? There he is. Wow, that's a big one. Great job, you got him. Tressler can make some fresh sausages now. And Sommer will be pleased his farmers can work without fear again. Okay, so this might sound a bit crazy, but I'm going to need your help downing some radioactive wild boar. No, I'm serious. Not many know it, but there are still some cesium-contaminated mushrooms and plants in the reserve due to the Chernobyl disaster fallout. Well, some hungry boar have been ingesting these. It's not like they glow in the dark or anything, but the meat is considered questionable at best and is bad for Tressler's business. Tressler has isolated the herd that showed signs of contamination and asked for some help in hunting them. There they are, the radioactive boar. I told you they wouldn't glow in the dark. That's all of them. Tressler is sure lucky to have found an ally in you. There could have been some dark moments for his business if you hadn't come around. I'm sure he's grateful.